Happy Friday, Hirschbachers. Another edition of our podcast. We're here today. We're about to kick off the Memorial Day weekend. And with me today is the one and only Joe Karberg, who we obviously use the same barber, as you can tell. For those of you that don't remember me, my name's Brian Kohlwes. I'm the General Counsel, Chief Risk Officer here at Hirschbach. So oversee all of the fun stuff here at Hirschbach, the safety and risk and insurance and claims and OS&D, all of that part of the business over here. And we're here to talk about safety today with Joe. Joe, why don't you tell the company a little bit about your background, where you came from, how long you've been with us, and what you've been up to lately?
Yeah, surely. Yeah. No, I started with Hirschbach a little over 5.5 years ago now. Been in safety the whole time. Started off as a safety coach for the dedicated fleet, and then just kind of worked my way around, and now work with the entire safety team. Kind of whole world there. I mean, I guess lately, I don't know, just looking forward to things heating up a bit, being able to get outside, do some more of that outdoor fun activities that I know a lot of people are looking forward to. So.
Yeah, and that kicks off this weekend. It's the unofficial beginning of summer, Memorial Day weekend. I saw a news article this morning on TV that AAA is expecting 39 million travelers this weekend, which is a lot of people. And these truly are people. That's one thing I want you to keep in mind. These are husbands and wives and children, grandchildren, college roommates. They are nieces and nephews, all those people that are special to you in your lives. That's who's going to be traveling out there on the roadway. A few minutes ago, I had a chance to meet Joe's nephews, Silas, and what's the name?
Silas and Cassian, yeah.
Silas and Cassian, they're wonderful kids. I mean, that's who's going to be out on the roadway this weekend is families of that type, and it's our job as professional operators out there on the roadway to make sure that they get home or get to where they're going very safely and without injury. That's our number one value here at Hirschbach. So Joe's going to talk a little bit more about our Safe Six, some things you need to be doing out there as operators this weekend. But before we do that, I want to give a shout out to all the veterans out there. It is a Memorial Day weekend. None of us would be able to celebrate and have the fun that we do this summer or this weekend and throughout the summer without your dedication to our country, and for that we thank you. So with that, I'll turn it over to Joe to talk about the Safe Six, some of the things that's important to you and important to the motoring public out there.
Yeah, thanks for the kickoff there. Yeah, you guys all know Memorial Day weekend. It's the first big weekend coming out of the springtime and the wintertime, people itching to get out and do something outside. So that means there's going to be a lot more people on the road. People, pulling trailers and boats and driving RVs or bringing the motorcycle out for the first time of the year. A lot of these are pieces of equipment and vehicles that they probably haven't driven since last summer. So there's going to be shaking off some rust in terms of the familiarity with that equipment. So make sure, your driving adjusts to the people you share the road with. Most of these people don't have the same experience. They don't have the same training that you do. And they're more prone to make mistakes. A lot of it is because they're not focused on their driving. They don't view driving as what you do as a livelihood. They're just going from point A to point B. So they're likely to be driving distracted, looking forward to the things that they're going to be moving towards. They're going to be possibly impaired, either alcohol or something else. So yeah, make sure you're utilizing the Safe Six. First and foremost, get ready. Know what you're getting into out there. Keep an eye on the weather. Keep an eye on, where you're going, where you're at, and everything in between. Have a good plan in case traffic gets to a point where maybe you're going to be a little bit behind in your hours. Slow down. Right speed. Make sure you slow down, go the speed limit, slow down as traffic conditions get more and more congested, or as you see people out there who maybe aren't driving as well as you'd like them to. Keep a good space. Maintain a really safe following distance, 7 seconds at a minimum. As traffic conditions worsen, as weather conditions worsen, or your condition, if you're out there and getting tired or something like that, looking for somewhere safe to pull off, make sure you're slowing down as well, and increasing that space. Eliminate those distractions. It's really easy to look down at something, or something on the other lane of traffic catches your eye, and to kind of stare at that as it goes past you out the window. But make sure you're eliminating those distractions. Keep an eye on the people in front of you. Focus on the future, and then just make the right choices that reduce risk. Wear your seatbelts. Make sure you're getting enough rest. Make sure you pull off when it's appropriate. Keep an eye out for the hazards in front of you, and when you see them, get off the power, slow down, stop if you need to. You can never go wrong with those things there. So just make sure you're making all the safe decisions you can to help the people you share the road with get to where they're going safe. And doing all that stuff will keep you safe as well.
Yeah, one thing to point out, too, is you're probably going to see more vehicles, trailers, campers, boats broken down on the side of the road this weekend than you will the entire rest of the summer put together. Yeah. So look out for that. Look out as far ahead as you can out in front of your windshield. And space is your friend. Space equals time. Space equals reaction time. Space equals time to stop. Create that space. Give yourself that cushion. Remember, you're driving a rig that could weigh up to 80,000 pounds, and you got to give yourself every advantage you can to protect those out there. So.
Yeah. That goes for you too. If you are unfortunate and end up with a breakdown situation where you're stuck on the side of the road, communicate as soon as possible. Get your flashers on. Get your triangles set out. Being on the side of the road is an incredibly dangerous place to be, and we don't want you there any longer than you absolutely have to be. So, find somewhere safe to park. Never pull off on the shoulder if on a voluntary basis. Only be there if you have to because of breakdown type situation. But communicate quickly and make sure somebody knows where you're at and the situation you're in. So that kind of, that's more of a general thing, not just this weekend. And same with a lot of the stuff we're saying, just general summertime. You're going to see more people out. Traffic gets more and more congested, more law enforcement. So, the Safe 6 applies all the time. Just keep that in mind as you're out there traveling.
All right. Anything else, Joe?
I did want to say one thing. Earlier this week, or actually it stems from last weekend, we had some issues with our hours of service. Some of you, particularly those in the 2022 internationals, might have experienced some data delays with your tablets. We know that created some issues with some hours of service violations that we know were not valid. Those of you who had one of those likely got a message from the logs team. If you have any questions or concerns, make sure to contact your logs team. They can clear a lot of that up. We want to make sure that if you have any sort of questions on that, or if there's anything that might potentially be able to be fixed, we address that. So not everything can be fixed, unfortunately, but we'll do what we can to fix as much of it as we can. So if you have any concerns there, just make sure to communicate.
Yeah, and we'll close off here, but before we do that, we as an organization are badly in need of driver trainers. As most of you know, about a year and a half ago, we started up a driver training program, and that consists of two parts. The most important of which is getting a driver with a new CDL out there on the roadway. We've all been a recent CDL holder, a recent CDL graduate at some point in our lives, and somebody was able to teach us what actually happens out there on the roadway and to do it the right way. We're badly in need of people to do that. So if you have any interest, it can be very lucrative for you, whether you're an independent contractor or an employee driver for us. There's additional compensation available to you for doing that. And the best part is you get to teach someone how to do it and do it the right way, do it the Hirschbach way, following our Safe 6. So looking for trainers. If you want to do it, reach out to the training team, Jane Sperling and Marty and Tony over in East Dubuque. They can get you signed up and get you through our Train the Trainer program. We call it Trainer Foundations. It's a good program. Even if you don't end up training anybody, you will walk away from that program a better driver. I guarantee it. Oh, yeah. It's a good couple-day class to help hone in your skills and just sharpen that blade out there. So always looking for trainers. If you have any interest, reach out to us and we'll get you signed up. So anything else, Joey?
No, I think that does it for me.
All right. Well, everybody have a good and safe holiday weekend, and make sure you protect everybody else out there on the roadway. We appreciate all you do, and have a good and safe weekend.
Thanks, everyone.